Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I got back a card that I submitted to SGC. So we're gonna go ahead and do a reveal. But before I do that, I just wanna talk a little bit about this card. And I picked this thing up at National Raw, and you saw it on the, I'll show the back. I showed it already on my video, but it's the Hires Root Beer Willie Mays. They did put in a pretty big slab. I mean, they could have maybe shortened the slab a little bit, slimmer. It's like a 6x9. It's not too bad. So I'll show you the back of this while I'll talk a little bit about this card so you can get a good look at it. You know, my concern when I took it over there, because I get it slabbed at, take it to my local card shop, AA Mint, and I just talked to the guy there, and you kind of get his opinion, in my opinion, and to send it to PSA, it was like over $100, and he and I both thought that because it may be a miscut, they may label it a miscut, because it is, it is off-centered, you can see some of it here and some of it goes up there. So it is kind of a miscut, but so I was kind of worried that I didn't want it to get a grade with a qualifier in there. So, and when we checked with SGC was $20 to get a slab, so versus $100. So I figured I'd just get it with SGC. So the 58 Hires Root Beer, and I'm just going to read from the PSA registry information. There's 66 cards. And the card itself is 2 5/16 by 3.5, or 2 5/16 by 7 with the tabs. So you can see this is like 9 inches, and this is like maybe 6 by 9, I think that is on the slab. But the piece itself is 2 5/16 by 7 with the tabs. The cards were issued detachable coupons and inserted with Hires Root Beer cartons. The perforated tabs encourage the purchaser to join the Hires Baseball Club today. You see, so it says to join the Hires Baseball Club over here. So these were typically removed. So it says finding a card with the advertisement tab in place is extremely difficult to find and thus are quite expensive. Each piece bears a colorized photo likeness with a faux wood design. I'll show you the design when I turn it over and show you the grade too. But I think one of the cool things about this is just, looking at how this was done. And so this was put in the root beer thing. And what the kids would do is, and on the other side, you'll see, you would get a book and be a member of the club. So you'd put your name, address, and fill it in. And then you'd paste a dime here. If you can see that, paste a dime on that. And then they tear that off and send it away. And it says, given away with purchase of Hires only. So the back, it has all the info on Willie Mays. It's card number 25. Out of this set, there's a 66 card set. And there's really only two, there's Hall of Famers there, but basically it's Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. The other ones, there's Pee Wee Reese and a few other names in there, Larry Doby, but the big names are the Willie Mays and the Hank Aaron. So it says, Willie continued to astound baseball fans, and it just kind of goes on. I'll give you a chance to kind of read that. You could pause it. So that's it. So what did I get? What grade did I get for the Mays? A 5. So very happy with that. These cards are extremely difficult, especially in a grade like a 5, because it's just a big card, and because it's a big card, it tends to kind of bend, and you can see it's off-centered, So I was worried about that, but maybe I could have gotten like a 6 miscut or something, but I like that SGC just grades it a straight grade. And I think if you look at the card carefully, and I'll show it to you more in detail, you can see that it's it's really, really sharp. It's just off-centering is the only thing that detracts it from being a higher grade. But you know, the front, as you can see, of the cards, and I'll give you a good look at the card itself and the holder. And they holded it very well. I think it's a little bit big, you know, wide, but it's in like a plastic, like a little sleeve inside, so it doesn't move around, and it's, I think, pretty set. And that's mainly why I got it graded. I wanted it protected so it wouldn't bend. And so it says that the card bears a colorized player likeness surrounded by a faux wood grain design that gives the appearance that one is viewing the athlete through a knothole. And then his name, team, and positions are identified in the rectangle at the bottom. But the cool part is this, which is the part that you never see. It's always missing. And you see how nicely that is, you know, that it's not, you know, it hasn't been bent. So the perforations are still there. It says, join the Hires Baseball Club today. Learn how to play baseball from the big leaguers, how to pitch, catch, judge plays, just pays 10 cents. So, you know, you put 10 cents in the back with 2 Hires bottle caps to the Charles Hires Company, and you get a book on how to play baseball and a membership card. So most of these were cut and were you know, sent in for the membership. So that's what really happened with most of the cards. But the cool thing about this set is that, and you can see the card itself is pretty sharp. I'll give you a little better look at it in a minute. But the cool thing about that is that the design, and this has appeared in many publications, but in this particular publication, it appeared in the Sports Collector's Digest, a story on 58 Hires back in 2015. And if you look through, it'll tell you a little bit about the history of it, about the design. And the design used, and I'm just gonna go ahead and read it to you so you can see it. It says, the design used for the regular set was a colorized player likeness framed by wood grain art that gives the card a knothole-like feel to it. The design looks strikingly similar to one of the prototypes that Bowman was considering for its 1956 release, which never happened since Topps bought out its competitor and was later revived to comprise part of 2003 Bowman Heritage. So the story on this, the full story on this set was that 55 Bowman, they did the wood border card. Yeah, as we all know, I'll give you a real good look at this. An Adams Sanctuary look. What they did was they did the 55 Bowman was the one with the TV. It's hard to get a good look at this with this camera here. So they did the one with the TV, which had the wood borders. I'll give you a good look while I hold it here. And then what they planned for the 1956, right after the TV look, they actually planned to do another issue in 1956. So what they did in 1956 was they literally went out to like a playground. They did different designs, and they went out to the different playgrounds, right? And they showed the different designs to the kids, and they actually did a survey. And in the survey, the kids chose a design that was this. This was very similar to the design, the knothole design that was chosen in the survey that Bowman did in 1955 for the 1956 issue. The problem was that Topps bought them out. So when Topps bought them out, you know, Topps had already done their design for the 1956, which was similar to the 1955, which was a beautiful design, the 1956 Topps. So they shelved they decided not to go with the knothole design that Bowman had done, that they had bought from Bowman. So a few years later, Hires root beer came out and took the design. Now Hires initially did a test issue before this. They did a test issue, and the test issue is has, you know, like a plain color background, and you've seen that. Some of the YouTubers have it, you know, just a plain colored background for some of it. It was kind of limited, but it had only a few players. So when they did the set, they decided to go ahead and use the Bowman design that was done. So that's kind of the story on the 58 Hires root beer and how they came up with the knothole design. It was designed by the Bowman company. So you see mine, the only thing that's bad on this is it's off-centered. But the card basically is just like right out of, like it came right out of the pack of, I mean, look at the corners on that. It's a 1958. Super sharp, super nice. I mean, these wood borders are tough. And then you see Willie Mays. Give a good look at it. This joins the Hires root beer. You see this tab was inserted in the actual, you know, box. You would carry like a 4-pack of Hires root beer, right? You carry the 4-pack with you, and this was slid in there, so it'd stand out. The card would stand out, and then the kids would go and say, "Hey, Mom, get that one. That's got the Willie Mays on it." So they'd pull that thing, and then they'd mail this stuff back in. So that's a good look at my Willie Mays 1958 Hires root beer. That graded a 5, SGC 5. I'll give you another look at the back, which is so cool. It tells you how you do the giveaway. So that's the back. As far as the population on these, I think PSA is graded somewhere around 70 of these Willie Mays with the tab. And again, a grade of a 5 is pretty high up there because of the piece being such a nice big piece and being stuck in a tab there. So I'm glad I got it at the National, glad I picked it up raw, and I was able to grade it and have it nicely protected for the future. So thanks for watching, guys. Truly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on the next one.